Back in January of this year, I played a game called The Unfinished Swan. I mentioned that it was made by the same people who made What Remains of Edith Finch. So now it's time for me to play What Remains of Edith Finch, so enjoy! Huh? Oh, we're just straight into the game? Okay. Can I, like, raise the sense? Hi. Controls, can I... Oh. No? We're just gonna...
A lot of
oh, you
this
moved
isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Okay, so...
Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
oh, you don't... do you not run? You don't run in this game, that's...
My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not intending to break it or anything at this point. It's kind of just... here. Like, I don't need to go on another game-breaking streak. I'm just here to have a fun time and...
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
I'm here to have a fun time and listen to the story that is going to be told.
Inside the
use the
mailbox
mouse.
were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
So we don't open them? Okay.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Huh. Huh.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
You know, I'm gonna be honest, it just feels weird to play a game and not, like, jump or anything. Oh, it's the same poster. I'm gonna turn the game's volume up on OBS, actually. Yeah, okay. That's better.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
But I love how realistic the, like, decor here is.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Okay, I'm not used to using the mouse for a lot of the stuff.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
The scenery here is beautiful.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
So is there more than one person living in this house?
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Oh.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of. The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it. I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Do I like... Okay, move
Now
on.
it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of, but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here, before my mom sealed the doors.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Don't tell me you ate the
gerbil
gerbil.
food was dry, but I didn't mind.
Oh my god. To be fair, out of that bowl, at least that probably was the best thing you could have eaten.
I ate a lot of things that night.
I'm gonna guess you got food poisoning. I
kept eating and eating.
Oh my god. Stop eating the toothpaste!
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
No, don't eat the birds, please.
And suddenly,
Oh, you're gonna fall.
I was a cat.
Nope, okay. Well, I can move fast now. I can jump.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Because you're a cat, that's why. I really don't
I
think...
jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. She gobbled
Oh my
her up.
gosh. Oh god.
And suddenly, I was an owl.
What the
First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
This game has taken a completely different direction than I thought it would. Got you. Nom nom.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
Oh my god.
I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something big.
And you ate the bones as well? Oh my god. I don't think the mum, I think the mum's stuck.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
Oh. Oh my god.
Suddenly, I was a shark.
Okay. How? This has turned into one of, you know those, games, Octodad or Iron Bread? I think...
I rolled off the cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. fat, juicy seals.
That's not nice.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
I thought this was a game about, like, a family, not a nature documentary.
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Oh, okay. I'm a snake now?
Now I was a monster, and I
Oh.
smelled people everywhere.
No. Oh! Oh. This is one of the few games where I get a kill count, excuse me.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
I think I know where this is going. Nope.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Oh no, oh my god.
I got closer and closer.
Oh, now we're back in the house.
And suddenly, I was me again.
Oh.
I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage. This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Oh.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edith, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
What?
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
Oh, he's gonna
But that
flop
day,
the swing.
he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
I think he'd already made up his mind.
Oh no.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
He's gonna fall off the swing and hit his head, isn't he?
The day he made up his mind
No.
to fly. And he did.
I was right the first time.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
That's fun. Oh, this is Barbara's room.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
Bro.
But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed.
Well, you didn't.
Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter.
What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight.
You
Police
don't
are
need to
urging
do the
residents
iconic scream, you can just do other stuff.
From the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that.
People don't cast
your
The
basement
Rock
door
because of
locked?
his eye, like,
Because my dad likes making puzzles and
because of his eye thing. They cast him because he's a good actor.
Until finally, the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
Can you use the crutch as a weapon? Oh, we are.
Oh dear!
Oh dear.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious. This is a trick. You're dead, Walter.
Oh no.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished. Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
What? Oh.
The hinges grow. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Are we gonna step on the thing?
The door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life.
Did she say, oh dear? No.
I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. And little Walter,
Oh.
hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. Tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Well,
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
honestly, fair.
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
I mean, what year is it? It's past 2016, so I'd assume
Goodbye,
it's...
everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can. I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara.
Oh,
and Molly.
Oh. So it's to...
And Calvin.
Calvin died to the swing.
Maybe this is all a mistake.
Okay, so the guy went...
But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me.
So the guy went... I don't want to
Whatever's
say
out there,
crazy, but like...
I want you to know, I'm ready for it.
Or does the guy mean like
I'm going to
the force of
appreciate
nature?
all, especially the food.
He's gonna
I don't
get
mind
hit
if I
by a
have
train.
Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
That's a train. Bro.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. But
So
if she never told me
mean.
about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Are we gonna also get hit by the
And
train?
bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this, but I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
That is a sick view of the house.
Any of it seems possible.
I go this way.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Oh my god.
3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Oh, come on.
Sven built the house, but it was Edith who designed the cemetery.
Molly was the cat. Calvin with the rocket ship. Sven with the saw. With the writing. Oh my god, this will all die. With the star.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along.
It's not even part of the environment.
For me to
anymore, it's
come
part of
back
the
someday and find everything out for myself. If she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh, congratulations.
They were both pretty intense.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Not quite.
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Aw.
Oh.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though. Hold still.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Oh.
Nothing quite like being outside. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of him.
Dad,
Let me get the gun.
Oh, something's gonna go wrong with that gun.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. Great shot, Dawn!
You don't have to do this. Immediately shoots the deer.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera.
Oh my god.
Try not to think about.
Dad!
Oh my god.
of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me. After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Gregory? What's that? That's a sick Pac-Man map. I'm gonna be honest. Unless it's not Pac-Man. Oh, it's probably lay pads. Did the kid die only when he was a baby?
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
With a baby. Okay, so Gregory's section contains copyrighted music, which most of the time only affects monetization for me, which I don't have on my videos, so it doesn't really do much anything at all. Except the music here just straight up blocks the video from being shown on YouTube, as this is what it did with my VOD on my Plus channel. So, I'm just gonna go to the end of the section, because I want this video to be shown, so...
Good luck, Kay. Love,
I
Sam.
love video games.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Bro!
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Oh. Sorry, I'm just like fully taken aback by this.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Oh.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus. My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Hi, Sanjay.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal, but it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Wait. Isn't Milton the one who, like, died, or... Yeah.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings. Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Music sounds familiar, I'm gonna be honest. Like, too similar to Unfinished Swan.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
Dude, Louis's room
room
looks
smelled
sick.
very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Did... Oh. Huh. Where's Dawn from Mother?
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Oh.
Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh wait, that's a person.
He started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Oh.
But he took it very seriously. But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss, but he said Louis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Louis. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Friend, yay.
On the edge of a city he named Louis Topia. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Dude, I need to play Metopia at some point.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. Handsome Queen.
Wait, what? Handsome Queen. Sorry, I have been like half concentrating, half not on this. Because half of me is barely controlling the
was on
thing.
her own quest for
Half of me is like controlling the fish.
radiant rainbows.
Like, my mind is just gone. Rainbows!
Silver harp.
I'm so good at driving.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
You know.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Dude, I need a game where something like this, where you do a real-world job and it affects your like a
For someone who'd never known
story
success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. That the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. He began to forget the world we know.
Hey, Lewis. Whoa!
The palace would be packed with his companions.
Oh! That's a guillotine.
I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Bro.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
So who's left? Your mum? Yeah, your mum and Edie.
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. All that's left now was to tell you about that last night.
Is this me or am I dead? Can I? There we go.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Oh.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the
I walked to the house. I see.
They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. when the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things.
Oh. Oh no.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Bye, Edie.
The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Oh.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I actively tried blowing on it with my... I actively tried blowing on it with my mouth.
But she started getting sick a lot.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
Me?
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
Who am I? Am I the baby?
And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself.
Then tell me the stories. It is time.
Things didn't work out that way.
It is story time. Time for story.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Oh, so Edith is dead. Oh. Why did Edith die? Edith had a kid at 18 and then immediately died. Why? And how? Did Edith die in childbirth? I'm guessing that's what happened. Huh.